I am sick and tired seeing all of this. Our youth, the African youth, most especially the girls, are the ones eating the leftovers of the Western world. Please, let's watch this video first before I say what is on my mind. Thank you very much. Let's watch.
Ton vieux ne comprend
Your
rien.
old man understands nothing. Because I can say one thing that old people have, we are not only because first of all it is an insult to you young people sometimes. They can be more unhappy than an old person. So I lived and then well I changed things with Fatima and I put her in a good direction. And that's for me. I consider myself quite an old man. There are many people like me with young girls of like little older. Why? Because we have the experience. We try to protect them in the world, in good and bad, in the good but not in the world. Are you talking but you are talking but rather badly? That's all about this. We can see each other. Fatima leaves us today. We will busy mourning for a lot of people.
Thank you for watching. You see, Africa is indeed a dumping ground in every wise and aspect, where the Western world dumps their leftovers, garbage, and obsolete goods or people for us to consume. Those that are living in Africa and the ones in Europe, there is no difference. Most of us here still pick the discarded things on the street and take their disregarded people for our home use and partners. Buy the second-handed things in their markets. Take care of their old rejected people, doing their menial and meager jobs, marrying their old people and caring for their old unwanted people. Yet, they even call us second-class humans instead of us to be happy and grateful because they have at least mentioned the word humans. We rather become angry and infuriated and called it rape. Even amongst ourselves, the black folks, we rape our own brothers and sisters. What more do we expect from strangers? Do we expect anything less or more than that? We ought to expect less than that. They could have even called us second-class animals because we are indeed worse than animals. Most of us will do all these disgusting and morally debased things just to survive and use the money and oppress our fellow brothers and sisters back home that we have arrived. They are no longer our mates. If Africans could successfully take away pride, envy, and jealousy amongst them and accept their reality and identity, it will go a long way to cop all these nasty things they do all in the name of money and survivor or for survival. Africa and their elite have all what it takes to make Africa the land of promise. Yet they can't because the enemy has sown the seed of self-hate amongst them. And also most of them are the products of the Western world and puppet. For us to come out of this slavery and imprisonment, we need to stand up like Moses and say, to hell with pleasure for a season. I'd rather die for or with my people than to enjoy pleasure for a season, you see, or eating the crumbs that fall from the master's table or from the Western's table. It is indeed mental slavery because those in Africa suffer its stings more than those residing in Europe because they are being brainwashed by the fake life they see those in Europe living. Yet those in Europe are also worse because they have seen the reality and don't want to accept it and free those in Africa. Will never see a Tunisian, Moroccan, Algerian, Egyptian, etc. girls or boys getting married to these white ancestors. Do you think they are not also poor or suffering? Come and see here in Europe. The blacks are far better placed in the society than most of them. Most of them don't even have a home or where to stay in Europe, yet they can't condescend or stoop that low to dare or marry an old white as ancestors. Some will say it because the black man is strong on bed. Are you kidding me or what? Which group of men in the world are that stronger in bed than the Arabs or than the Arab men? So your reason is overruled. It is for you to know now that the Africa's problem is a generational curse and it's a spiritual problem. In as much as the African Arabs are poor, yet they are very united. You can't touch one and go scot-free. The Western world have succeeded in disuniting the black folks in order to have control over them. But till now, they have not been able to disunite the Arabs or the Arab world. They interrelate and communicate amongst themselves, even when they are not physically present together. That's why even the European government is so scared of them. They are the most controlled in the Western world, the most searched. Are you sure it's because of them being a threat to the society or to the system or to the government? Open your mind and think deep, because you know go hear them not from my mouth. Please, my fellow African brothers and sisters, most especially my sisters, I'm tired of seeing all this disgusting lifestyle of yours on the social media. My plea to those in power, the business tycoons and the influencer, please create an enabling environment back home and jobs for the youth. They are frustrated, that's why they do what they do, all in the name for survival. They are not on their rightful senses. Poverty controls them and their thinking. They are helpless. This is not life. Please, African government and authority, see into this, because it is a shame and a blow to all of us. Your pride lies in the well-being of your people. Thank you very much. But don't forget, ignorance is not an excuse. Forewarned is forearmed. Goodbye for now.